A faded photograph in a private album showed a carved lintel from a village shrine. That single image started a 2-year hunt to bring it home. Let's break this down clearly.
Right. That image is how most cases begin, a small lead that becomes a chain of evidence. I'm Nisa, and together we'll walk you through the paperwork, the science, and the conversations that actually make returns happen without sensationalism.
From Phnom Penh to the world, we aim to make complex processes simple. Repatriation works when 3 things line up: solid research, patient diplomacy, and community action. Think of it as careful detective work, not a slogan.
And we'll be practical: what to document, who to contact, and when public attention helps versus when it can hinder progress. Small steps that don't make things worse. That's our focus.
Start with one simple idea. Repatriation is evidence-driven.
Right.
It's not a slogan, and it's rarely immediate. It's archives, export permits, auction lists, and patient negotiation. You need photos, inscriptions, shipping ledgers. Sometimes oral histories provide the first clue.
So when a family brings a photo to a heritage office, that can really start the process?
Exactly. That photo could match an accession record in a museum ledger, or it could lead researchers to a shipping manifest. Museums keep accession numbers and registrar notes. Those are the threads you pull to rebuild provenance.
And when records are incomplete, science can help. Labs use XRF and petrographic analysis to match stone chemistry or tool marks to known quarries or workshops. You'd be surprised how specific a match can be.
Let me pause on that. Those tests aren't dramatic, they're precise. XRF gives elemental signatures. Petrography shows grain and composition. Together, they can confirm a fragment's geological origin. That technical certainty strengthens a diplomatic request.
Quick aside, people often assume a museum will automatically refuse any claim. That's not the whole picture. Many institutions want to do the right thing if the evidence is clear. They also need to justify decisions to donors and boards. Clear files help them act responsibly.
Which brings us to diplomacy. Sometimes a ministerial letter or a UNESCO framework is the key that opens conversations. Legal cases exist, but diplomatic channels often resolve issues faster and with joint plans for conservation and community access.
I want to push on one point here. Public pressure can move things, especially when institutions delay. But
I was about to say, unchecked public pressure can also harden positions. We've seen it close doors. The most effective campaigns pair respectful public awareness with documented evidence and official requests. Both tools can be used together, thoughtfully.
Agreed. So mobilize, but do it with homework. Collect photos, dates, names, and contacts. That's what turns noise into leverage.
Let me give a concrete example. In a recent case, a fragment held in a regional European museum was tied to a Cambodian temple after an archivist found a 1923 shipping list. Labs ran XRF and petrographic analysis to confirm the stone matched the temple quarry. After 2 years of talks and a joint conservation plan, the fragment returned to community display.
2 years. That's the reality. Not overnight, but meaningful. And the final exhibit included community voices and school programs, which changed how people in that district relate to their history.
Exactly. For villagers, a returned lintel is part of ritual life again. For teachers, it's a local artifact that makes history tangible. Tourism benefits when sites are authentic and communities feel ownership. That's cultural survival, not just museum logistics.
Now, 3 short updates people should know. 1, technology is improving. Digital archives and imaging speed up matches. 2, economics matter. Returned objects boost cultural tourism sustainably when communities lead. 3, grassroots tips work. Diaspora photos, family stories, and NGO research often start formal cases.
For listeners who want to help, here's a practical checklist. 1. Photograph artifacts or temple features responsibly and note date and location. 2. Record oral histories from elders with permission. 3. Preserve any old receipts, letters, or photos in a dedicated file. 4. Avoid buying items without provenance. 5. Contact national heritage authorities or trusted NGOs with your documentation.
And a short verification trick you can use everywhere: always ask for an accession number and then check the holding institution's public database or registrar. If records are missing, that absence is itself a question worth raising. Politely.
We also need to call out a common myth. If an item left home a century ago, there's no point asking. That's false. New evidence and new tests change outcomes. 10, 20, 100 years. Time does not erase the need for truth.
We have a listener question. How can our diaspora help if we're far away? Great point. Support research funds. Share family photos with heritage groups. And when you travel, ask museums respectful questions. Informed advocacy from abroad can fund lab tests and legal reviews.
Before we finish, a brief note on tone. Always approach institutions and people with respect. Strong feelings are natural, but durability comes from civility and evidence. Build relationships, bring documentation, and aim for shared solutions.
And celebrate small wins. Every returned piece that goes back into a classroom or a village shrine is a victory for culture and education.
Let's wrap with the essentials. Collect evidence, document carefully, reach out to trusted authorities, and combine respectful public awareness with quiet diplomacy. The facts are clear. The evidence is undeniable. Stand with Cambodia.
We're grateful you tuned in. Subscribe to NSP Plus TV for practical guides, detailed case studies, and steady reporting on heritage and history. Share responsible information and support verified heritage organizations. Together, we can help bring our past home.
Stay safe, stay informed. Cambodia to the world, and the world to Cambodia. Your world explained.